Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. Fuel prices are climbing again, and the impact is being felt far beyond the pump. Down in Saskatoon, the average price of gas jumped about 6 cents overnight, now sitting around $1.60 a litre, with some stations as high as $1.64. Businesses say those costs add up quickly. Home builder Cambridge Homes says its project supervisors travel between job sites, suppliers, and meetings every day using a fleet of nearly a dozen vehicles. The company also expects subcontractors to raise their rates as fuel costs climb, and that could mean a 5 to 10% surcharge on projects.
And so if it's cost me $150, I will be selling it for more. So at the end, everything goes back to the consumer. So that is the sad part.
The company says higher operating costs could also slow the number of homes it's able to build, adding more pressure to an already tight housing market. Prince Albert police are asking for help from the public in locating a wanted person. Police have released this photo of 32-year-old David Natamogan, who's currently wanted for breaching probation. He's described as 5'9", 145 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information can contact police or submit a tip to Crime Stoppers. Leaders from Treaty 6 First Nations say their meeting this week with King Charles III was brief but meaningful. 7 chiefs from the prairies, including Saskatchewan, had a private visit with the King in London on Wednesday. They say they were able to personally deliver a formal invitation for His Majesty to attend the 150th commemoration of the signing of Treaty 6 at Fort Carlton in August. It was also an opportunity to discuss treaty matters such as hunting and fishing rights, as well as the right to health care. The leaders say the King was welcoming and engaged and asked questions about what is happening on First Nations and how treaties are implemented and honored in Canada. They say he also committed to upholding the honor of the Crown under treaties. The provincial government is reminding residents to pull their fishing shacks off the ice before the deadline. With warm temperatures on the way creating dangerous ice conditions, ice fishing shacks should be removed before the ice becomes unsafe to travel on. The province says late season ice can become weak from below, making familiar routes possibly hazardous. Shelters need to be removed by March 15th in all areas south of Highway 16 and by March 31st in northern Saskatchewan. Failing to remove shelters could result in fines or confiscation. All right, we made it through the yo-yo week and now arrived at the weekend. What do we have in terms of weather, Jeff?
Cold conditions for the weekend, but the good news is, John, as we head into next week, things start to turn around, and then it all depends on your point of view, because I know maybe there's some people who really still want to be out on those lakes ice fishing, but we do have some really warm temperatures coming our way, particularly in southern Saskatchewan, but in and around Prince Albert and points north. It's still going to be milder than seasonal as we make our way into the latter part of next week, and we'll talk about those numbers later on.
The University of Saskatchewan is preparing to open a new poultry research facility as Canada's egg industry goes through a major change. By 2036, conventional cages for laying hens, like the ones you see here, will be phased out across the country. As the industry shifts to giving chickens more space to move, the university is preparing to open a state-of-the-art poultry research facility. With 10 research rooms, scientists want to better understand how different environments impact egg production.
My first project will be looking at light, and I'm going to have a physiologist from Purdue, and I'm going to have a veterinarian coming that specializes in these types of things from Arkansas, and I'm going to have another physiologist coming from Maryland. How cool is that? I mean, to be able to do that kind of research with an international perspective, I can't stand it. I'm losing my voice because I'm excited. I do love chickens, yes.
The facility is expected to open within the next 2 to 3 years. The province is making some changes to SGI fees for next year. The cost of deductibles on basic SGI plate insurance will go up from $700 to $950, while some might see a jump of around 20% starting January 1st, 2027. Other fees include a new $15 charge to register a vehicle or renew a license, a $5 charge to renew your registration, and an extra $2 on driver's license transactions.
We saw the Premier stand up this week and talk about affordability, talk about his budget, how he's not going to be making it more expensive for the people of Saskatchewan. And what do we see the Friday before budget? The government of Saskatchewan making it more expensive.
The province says the changes will support the auto fund long-term, which faces challenges over inflation and rising vehicle repair costs. And after doubling road use fees for electric vehicles last year, the province will tie increases to inflation going forward. The province says indexing fees annually based on the national inflation rate will keep fees for EV users in line with traditional vehicles, contributing to road maintenance through the provincial fuel tax. The province will add a fee called a habitat certificate onto fishing licenses, joining the fee charged to hunting licenses. Fishers will pay another $20 for a year license, $5 more for a weekend pass. The province expects these changes will bring in an additional $2.1 million a year. Hunters with both licenses only need to pay for one of the habitat certificates, but could face a new $15 fee if they don't submit hunter harvest surveys. With completion rates only at around 60%, despite being mandatory, the province hopes this will incentivize hunters to complete them. Saskatchewan's immigrant nominee program is also set to change. It will now cost $500 to apply for skilled workers, regardless of whether or not they have a job offer. The province says this change is tied to shifting immigration levels. The new fee is expected to add $2.9 million a year, which the province says will cover the majority of the program cost. Requesting a second review for skilled workers used to be free, but it will soon cost an extra $250. But successful, second review applicants would be reimbursed. A leading Canadian expert on misinformation was in Regina last night to discuss what he calls a growing knowledge crisis. Timothy Caulfield was the guest speaker at this year's Woodrow Lloyd Lecture at the University of Regina. He focused on the spread of misleading information and its effects on public health, trust in science, and the quality of public debate. Caulfield, now a professor of law and public health at the University of Alberta, has spent years researching how misinformation can shape public attitudes towards science and health policy.
There's absolutely no doubt that misinformation is having an impact on people's lives, on public health, on democracy, on climate change. You pick the topic, and the spread of misinformation is having an impact.
Caulfield says tackling misinformation requires better media literacy, stronger policies, and a collective effort from the public. Thanks to her fishing skills, a 9-year-old girl won $30,000 this past weekend. On Saturday, 9-year-old Sophia Poitras claimed first prize at the 10th annual Murray Lake Ice Fishing Derby, catching a 4.8-pound pike. Soto First Nation Chief Kenny Moccasin says more than 750 fishermen attended the Derby, and more than $140,000 of proceeds were raised for Moosabin and Soto First Nations recreation programs. Murray Lake is about 40 kilometers north of North Battleford. When we come back, a karaoke fundraiser night in downtown Prince Albert. Jasmine Pelche chats with the River Valley Resilience Retreat.
We are at the Rock Trout Event Center with Everett from the River Valley Resilience Retreat to talk about their upcoming karaoke night, Sing It or Wing It Karaoke. Could you talk a little bit about the name choice there, Sing It or Wing It? What does that mean?
Well, you nailed it. It's quite a mouthful. Karaoke is all about singing, and there's nothing that gets our team at River Valley more excited than music and getting a microphone in our hands to sing. The wing it part, if you can't sing it, you can try to wing it on stage, or you can tuck into the variety of chicken wings that we'll have available as snacks throughout the evening.
Where did the idea to have a karaoke night sort of come from for a fundraiser?
Well, we have an extended circle of friends and supporters who absolutely love karaoke. So we've done concerts in previous years. So we said this year, there hasn't really been a big karaoke night in Prince Albert for quite some time. There's various other music formats in the community, all very well attended and well supported. So we said, well, let's do karaoke. Let's get a sing-off. We know a lot of people that will jump at the opportunity to take the microphone. So that's how the idea of a karaoke was born. I think we first started thinking about it about 6-7 months ago, and now it's all coming together for us for next Saturday.
Have you done this style of fundraiser before?
I've done karaoke before, but this style of fundraiser, it's two parts. One is obviously the ticket fees goes towards covering the venue, the sound system, the DJ for the evening, as well as all of the ancillary surprises that we have lined up, including the food options. And then there's the silent auction part, or as we call it, the not so silent auction part, where we'll have various prizes donated by businesses within the community, where the highest bidder gets the prize. And our silent auctions have been very, very well supported over the years, and we look forward to another great night for that as well.
If people are looking for tickets, where can they go and how long do they have to pick them up? Is it all pre-sale?
So all the tickets are pre-sales. I mean, obviously there will be tickets available at the door, but we encourage people to go to our website, rvrrsk.ca. There's a link on the homepage for ticket sales. Individual tickets, couple tickets, and group of 4 tickets are available right now. They're $60 for an individual, $100 for a couple, or $200 for a table or a party of 4.
What do what does the money fundraised go towards? Just if someone's unfamiliar with maybe the resilience retreat or the funding aspect of that.
Sure. River Valley Resilience Retreat works with first responders, public safety personnel, military personnel, veterans, and other frontline workers. And we work primarily with individuals who have experienced an occupational stress injury or suffering related due to PTSD. We provide them with the resources and help them navigate their journey back to full recovery.
What would you say to encourage someone to come to karaoke night?
If you can sing, or if you think you can sing and you've only been singing in the shower up until now, come out and join us. As much as it is a sing-off, it's all about fun and connecting. And it's 3 events such as this where we as River Valley get to know more of our neighbors, and by getting to know our neighbors, we become a bigger and larger community. The doors will open at 5:30, and meal service will probably start at about 6:30. We aim to get the karaoke kickoff around 7 p.m. We'll run through the first round over the next 3 to 4 hours, and then we will all decide the top 3, and we'll give them a chance to belt out the same song or a different one should they prefer, and we'll crown the karaoke king or queen, or karaoke kings and queens at the end of the night, and there will be an extra surprise prize for them. It's obviously next Saturday, March 21st, right here at the Rock Trout Cafe in downtown PA.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks for having me out here.
Thank you very much.
Jeff has the weekend weather forecast when we return, plus volunteers lending their hand in hospitals. So, Jeff, as promised, it'll be cold out this way, but around the rest of the country, have those slow-moving systems made their way out?
Well, yes and no, because as they make their way out, they're replaced by another one, because we've got some really unsettled conditions right across the country, John. And I'm going to start out on Canada's west coast. So some rain today, sort of winding down, relatively nice Saturday, but then another system moves in. Why? Pineapple Express. There's a big high that's going to be based down in sort of the American West, and that's going to help steer that moist air from the tropics, from the Hawaiian Islands region of the Pacific, and there we are going to be seeing a lot of rain. It is going to be a rainy, soaking week in British Columbia. Some places like Vancouver Island, those areas on the western side of Vancouver Island might see 200 millimeters of rain. That's a lot of rain, and so about 100 millimeters for the Vancouver region. So it's going to be, and that can create some real problems with regard to avalanche risks too. So it's a nasty situation there across the prairie provinces. Well, tonight into tomorrow, we are looking at a fair amount of snow in southern Alberta, less so up around Edmonton, but more as we make our way southward, and some of that is coming Saskatchewan's way. And then as we make, I know there's much to talk about. We've got another messy situation showing up after they get a bit of a break in southern Ontario and Quebec, and the same sort of story for Atlantic Canada, because those systems are just going to continue to move on through. I know. All right, let's take a look and see what we've got going on closer to home. As you can see, not much going on. See all that area in purple? That's what's impacting southern parts of Alberta. Not really impacting much of Saskatchewan down in the southwestern corner, yes, but that seems to be about it. And as you can see, those pressure lines aren't particularly close together, certainly in the overnight into tomorrow. We're looking at light winds that might pick up in the evening. So look at these temperatures overnight. They are colder than we've had for quite a while. Minus 23 overnight for Spiritwood, minus 19 in the Battlefords, minus 25 for Candle Lake, Birch Hills, Melfort. And then we've got ourselves partly cloudy conditions in Rostern, minus 24 and minus 26 with partly cloudy skies overnight in Nipawin, minus 26 degrees. Then tomorrow, temperatures way below seasonal for this time of March. We're almost at the Ides of March. Watch out, Caesar! Minus 13 degrees, minus 13 as well in Candle Lake and in Birch Hills, minus 12 in the Battlefords, minus 13 in Rostern, minus 15 in Melfort, and minus 14 for a daytime high in Nipawin, and cloudy skies abound. So for Prince Albert and area, partly cloudy skies, about a 30% chance of some light snow tonight, minus 24 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 10. Tomorrow, the winds don't really change all that much, a slight change in the wind direction, but not particularly strong winds, minus 12 degrees for a high, so about 8 or 9 degrees below seasonal, a chance of some light snow. And then as we roll into Sunday, we've got ourselves mainly cloudy skies and minus 11, minus 9 on Monday. Tuesday, a dodgy day because there's a very good chance of precipitation. Could be rain, could be snow, could be both. 1 degree on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, and Friday we are looking at 2 degrees. So yes, we are getting into a stretch of mild air, mild daytime highs, and yes, we are going to be seeing a lot of melting, I'm afraid to say.
And we'll have to make sure we look after our voice for this cold weekend because karaoke's coming up next weekend.
That's right. Add the rock trout.
There you go. All right, Jeff. Well, the role of police dogs is evolving as technology continues to evolve. Ontario police now have a secret weapon for when criminals try to hide digital devices like USB sticks and hard drives. Katie Griffin has more.
Ready? Let's go to work. Let's go to work. See?
And just like that, Piper's off searching for hidden items.
She already found something. So what she would do is she sits, show me, and then she'll point her nose right at it. Good girl.
Concealed in these cushions, a cell phone.
So Piper is an electronic storage detection canine.
She's trained to pick up the scent of a chemical used when the devices are manufactured, something humans can't smell, helping investigators in the Ottawa Police Child Exploitation Unit find crucial digital evidence.
A lot of these people hide these devices from us, but also from their family members. So when we go in there to attempt to find these devices, it makes it problematic when they are trying to conceal it. So Piper comes with us for these search warrants. Pretty much on every single one of them, she's indicated on something that an investigator has missed. So she has been very valuable to us.
Items like USBs and SD cards, no match for this nose.
So she's able to tell that odor is coming from above the fridge because the odor of this chemical is heavier than air, so it will trickle down.
Piper is also a trained therapy dog.
You can imagine the things that we come across, but also for any victims that we are dealing with as well. It comforts them. And we just had an incident a month ago where some child came in and she said if it wasn't for Piper, she wouldn't have spoken out. So she's definitely doing her job and she's doing it great.
And when she's done work, it's time to play or take a well-deserved nap.
Yes.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
In Prince Edward Island, a group of volunteers is making life better for hospital patients. They're using a useful service and getting gratitude in return. Maria Saru went for a closer look.
First, a few adjustments before volunteers pour warm water and check in.
You doing okay, Laura?
Their fingers work up a nice lather.
It's foamy.
Then they carefully rinse out shampoo and begin drying.
Did it get you wet?
Laura Livingston has been here for 13 months, but she says the time has flown by, partly because of this care.
There's no patience and no reason. Just, they just give you everything they have. It's just a massive bad from here.
At Charlottetown's Queen Elizabeth Hospital, a team of women wash and blow dry patients' hair for free.
Does it feel good?
Always.
Barbara Brazel looks forward to it all week. Recovering from a fractured leg, she can't do it herself.
It's refreshing. It's just like you come from the hairdressers. I'm so happy that they're here, and it just makes your day.
This volunteer team services Unit 8 every Thursday, and collectively they've put in nearly 12,600 hours, visiting almost 1,400 patients. For some, the work is a family affair, like for this mother and daughter duo.
It makes us feel good that we're contributing to their day.
For others, it spans decades. Gail McDonald has been at it for more than 50 years.
I love it. I enjoy people. I love to talk. Some families are far away. The little bit we can help them and enjoy with them makes a difference too.
Next week, the ladies will be back with brushes, blow dryers, and more comfort that goes beyond a good hair day. Maria Sru, CTV News, Charlottetown.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, time for some news you can use. A new study has found raccoons aren't always motivated by food. Researchers from UBC have found while raccoons can often outsmart latches meant to keep them out of garbage bins, they also might just be solving those puzzles for entertainment, even when there's no food inside. The behavior is being called information foraging. How do you like that?
That is nutty.
So now, information foraging, I'm going to forage for some information. If you're on the karaoke stage there, Jeff, what's your song, your go-to song?
I think I'm going to Mac the Knife. It's always a good go-to.
All right.
Old school. What about you?
Hopefully they got some Kid Rock in there.
No. Okay, is that what you'd go for, some Kid Rock?
I only play Kid Rock. That's my rule.
Quite the rule.
Have a great weekend. National News is next.